So another topic I want to just kind of briefly go over is vowel shape and the importance of vowel shape in terms of controlling tone quality. So I call it the 3 T's of tone quality control: the teeth, the tongue, and the throat. Most often, it's not the throat that's causing any issues, especially for low brass players. It's usually the tongue, to be honest, but oftentimes can also be the teeth. So the first one, teeth. Making sure that that space there is about a thumb width, or a finger width, something like that, just to make sure they've got some space there. Again, that's usually not the issue. I tell kids to just relax, let gravity take control of that lower jaw there, or a finger placed between the teeth. That's all the room they need. Most important would be your tongue position. So for low to medium register, if we want to go back to our partial chart here, so this is going to be more of that O feeling all the way up through here. Even up onto partial 4, sometimes they need to have that very like O kind of feel where the tongue is down and back, and really push down and back for those lower notes here around partial 2, making sure that they're opening up. Again, just from the previous talk about the overtone series and intonation, we know that partial 3 is going to run sharp. So by kind of opening that tongue area there and making sure everything's nice and dropped is going to help offset some of those issues already. So that would be the first part, and making sure that they understand it. Now, if you want to say toe, that's fine, or do, it's more important to go after the syllable after it rather than the front, but just make sure that you're unifying that. Next part would be maybe like around partial 4 going to 5 and 6. We move to more of an ah syllable where the tongue is slightly lifted. So if you think, oh, that tongue kind of lifts just a little bit to give you that ah. And again, da, ta, something that's going to give you the attack you want, but then that vowel shape will really help make sure that you're getting a great sound. Lastly, high register. So for low brass, again, that's a tough one to get up there. As long as, if the air speed is down, the air direction is down, the air speed is fast, we're already kind of headed in the right direction, literally, and then you want to kind of, on top of that, just a little tongue lift. So we think E. So if you try that on your own, going T, you notice the air is pretty fast. If you push the same, but think ta, it already slows the air down for you, making some of that adjustment. And lastly, the toe. So if you, again, blow the same, but if you go toe, that automatically gets the tongue out of the way and allows that air to kind of slow down without having to do a whole lot of adjustment with your core and thinking about, I have to blow this speed. It's kind of a feeling of, I'm going to blow the same all the time. This will help control volume here with this aperture, and then the range with your airspeed and air direction. That tongue lift can really help with airspeed. Most often for low brass players, the tongue will be too high in the low register or too low in the higher register, which is making it really out of tune and difficult to play in those areas. So hopefully that helps a little bit, kind of shed some light on, again, just some generalized comments. I think everybody knows open up, but man, what a misleading phrase to use for some players, because what does open up actually mean? If you go to a low brass player and you say, hey guys, we really want we got to play louder, open up. What do they actually open up when they do that? Most often they're going to think open up back here. You've done nothing to help with the volume here. So if you're thinking louder, open up the aperture. If you're thinking a better sound, better tone quality, open up means open up this tone quality control chamber here to allow for things to be better. I was always taught to think of it as a cone. So if we're looking back here, this is very wide, where the aperture here is very small, so we get that sort of like cone shape, big to small, and making sure that everything's nice and controlled. So hopefully that kind of sheds some light on some tone quality ideas and things you can say to them to help out.